Brunch, the daily morning show. We talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Lucas Tim.
I'm Allie Colbert.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
And I'm Mary Beth Barone.
Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to talk about a mushroom allergy taken too far, a threat in store for Sopranos fans, and how Disney's new streaming service is reimagining some of your favorite classic movies. Plus, comedian Jared Freid joins the table, but first, Americans are boycotting SoulCycle and Equinox after investor Stephen Ross announced an upcoming fundraiser for Trump. To fill you guys in, if you guys don't know yet, Stephen Ross is the chairman of related companies, and he's a big real estate guy and a big investor in Equinox and SoulCycle, and he's hosting an event for the president in Bridgehampton on Friday where it costs $100,000 to get a picture and $250,000 to sit at the table with the president and Jared Kushner and Donald Trump Jr., who is just a ball of grease at this point. So we can get into it, but it's been causing a lot of uproar and people saying should they cancel the Equinox membership, stop going to SoulCycle. It's kind of started this really big debate about money and how these corporations act in their private life.
I mean, I think this is a perfect opportunity for anyone who doesn't support Trump to put their money where their mouth is and stop giving money to these organizations. I don't know how anyone is arguing otherwise. Like, it's just a good example of putting your money where your mouth is.
Well, yeah, I feel like what Billy Eichner said was really like on point. Was it's really hard in this consumer nation to like get away from the GOP. Like basically like let's be transparent. Like we're even taking that money, which kind of sucks, and you want to try to get away from it. But in this case, he says like Equinox like literally like has targeted the LGBTQI community so personally that it feels like especially fucked up.
Right, and Equinox and SoulCycle has responded saying he is a passive investor and they stand for equality, but of course we have to acknowledge the Trump administration has taken Obama-era laws that protect trans students, they ban trans people from the military, he does not support the Equal Rights Amendment, so it's horrible, but this is where I come from. I go to Equinox and I admit that, so I really thought about it yesterday, what would be the best thing to do. My cancel my Equinox membership, I don't think will have an effect on this man's life.
It won't.
What will have an effect on this man's life? Voting for someone like Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, but it's not about having an effect on this man's life. It's about putting your money where your mouth is.
But this man does not.
He's not going to change his political affiliation.
It's not about him. It's not about changing his political affiliation. It's nothing to do with that. It's just about in society that only responds to money, using your money for things that support what you believe in. Because every time you put your money in someone else's hand, that's your vote socially.
I don't agree.
No, but
you don't agree?
No, I mean, I just think this is an investor in the company. There's plenty of people, like the company employs a lot of immigrants, people of color, LGBTQ plus people, and I think if you are taking money away from that, like, yes, you're indirectly impacting this man's bottom line, I guess, but it's like, I just think SoulCycle and Equinox, because they're luxury products, they're easy targets, and I honestly think they own Blink. No one's boycotting Blink because it's like, it's a value product.
They own Crunch too, and he built Hudson Yards.
Oh, okay. If you want to have that outlook, then yeah.
But Allie, but actual, you know what actually is donating to candidates you believe in, knocking on doors, voting.
But they're not mutually exclusive.
It's not. But my Equinox membership is not going to affect this man's life at all.
Me supporting. But that's the same as saying, you know what?
No,
I don't like Trump, and I didn't vote.
That's not
in New
saying
York.
the same thing.
Yeah, because
no, it's not. I voted and I've supported my candidates, and I
can tell it's a heated personal thing for you. I just think pretending that your money doesn't have an impact is false.
This is a billionaire.
If you shop at Walmart, that doesn't mean you support guns. Like,
sure, it doesn't at all.
I just think that this is like a sensationalist thing. Like, people are like, well, it's like Uber. No one's gonna think about this in a week. 1 week from today, no one is.
Exactly.
I mean, I still don't use Uber. I use other apps.
Well,
but they're probably like every app has bad.
But you can always have an attitude where it's like, some people won't remember. What is it? My thing doesn't matter. But it's like when it's something so clear, so concise, they're raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for the president who marginalizes groups that are already marginalized that I'm a part of, the LGBT community. Whenever you're in a marginalized group, you have to think about that. You don't have the privilege to not. This is a clear-cut way to show look, I'm not going to put my money there. I don't know why you still would. There's a million other places. It's hard to avoid other things. It just seems like one thing you could do.
So I'm not going to deny this helps this man's life, whatever. He also owns the Miami Dolphins, whatever.
It's not about this man's life.
I know, but
it's about the millions of dollars.
You know what I care about? I care about the shooter this weekend who used the president's words.
I do not care about it. It's not mutually exclusive.
It's not, but
I like nothing is more evident to me now than we are totally gonna lose this fucking election if we don't unite. Like
we are gonna unite.
Like, we need to like be on the same page about like how we're gonna make this work. And I feel like we get in the weeds over fucking plastic straws and fucking memberships. And I'm like, this is like, I feel like it sucks because it's like I understand both your opinions, but I'm just like worried when I see us like we're on the same team and we can't even agree. And meanwhile, like those literal demons on the other side are like, ha ha ha, let it burn. And like it's like I feel so hopeless in these moments.
But that's the bottom line. In the end, we are going to unite. I really believe that because in the end, there's such a clear choice now. There's such a clear option of what's at stake between gun violence and not. Between what I'm gonna go there. In Mississippi, there are ICE raids that parents are ripped from the arms of their children this weekend. It is such a clear stake. So yes, you know what? I think money in politics is too extreme. Democrats also have these huge fundraisers in LA and the Hamptons. It's not just Republicans. But the problem is right now there's a clear choice of what's at stake in this election. I do fundamentally believe that we can have this disagreement, but in the end, whoever the Democrats nominate, we will come together because we now know what's at stake. It is so clear. It is life or death for millions of people across this country. That's what I believe.
Well, you guys, a new season of American Crime Story has been announced that will cover the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton sex scandal. The series is produced by none other than Lewinsky herself and stars Booksmart's Beanie Feldstein as lead actress. In my opinion, this is a big get for Beanie Feldstein.
Huge.
Like, this is huge. I think this is going to take her to the next level. And I, like, haven't totally seen her acting chops yet.
Did you see Booksmart?
I saw Booksmart, but it was more of just, like, a fluffy, kind of lighter thing for her, I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's no better director for a great actor to go to than Ryan Murphy. I feel like I talk about him nonstop, but I feel like he really will take someone with talent and like push them to the limit and make them play like things outside of their comfort zone. So I feel like she's like in the having the opportunity of a lifetime right now. It's funny because I saw a lot of people being like, "Wait, she's too young," and then I was like, "Oh my God." Monica Lewinsky was only 22 when that went down, and as an old ass woman, I can't imagine like I can't imagine now like going through what she went through.
22 years old, the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is. I'm so happy for Beanie, and what's cool about this is Ryan Murphy had the rights to the book this is based from for years now, but really hesitated on doing it until he talked to Monica Lewinsky about producing her own, telling her own story. I have kind of mixed reactions about this because I think I've watched the A&E documentary, The Clinton Affair, listened to the podcast called Slow Burn. My views of Monica Lewinsky have drastically changed, especially in the Me Too era, and I think she's an incredible woman who
gives great head.
And honestly, she should be remembered for that.
I don't know about you guys, but I am dying to see if they cover the cigar. You know, I really want to know, like, if they're gonna have this scene where it's her just fucking a cigar. Like, what? I would never put a cigar in my vagina. I don't care what president was there. I'd be like, get away from me.
But like that's the thing.
One time when I went to a sex show in Amsterdam, the woman, she also fucked a cigar.
Really?
And then someone smoked it.
It feels like it would be kind of absorbent. That's what I always think about whenever I think about this story.
Is like, wet paper
wet paper? Yeah, I feel like all the vaginal juices would just absorb into the cigar, so you'd be like literally smoking pussy juice. Like
maybe that people like that.
Maybe Bill Clinton.
Maybe.
Who are we to kink shame?
She never.
Not kink shame.
If you watch the show.
Yeah, you obviously have never seen an episode. But thanks for the support.
But my only thing is that the timing of this I think is a little interesting. 6 weeks leading up to 2020. I don't love. We know that the president's a troll, and also because as much as I want Monica to tell her story, and I think she has every right to make money from this and tell her story, I want, it's hard for me a little bit because it's hard to, how are they going to tell Hillary's perspective? How are they going to tell?
Sadly, it's not about her as much.
I know, but that's the thing. The thing is that this, y'all make no mistake, I love Hillary Clinton. This scandal has haunted her career, and she was never able to escape it. Never. And she never will.
I feel bad for her too.
And Monica feels bad for her. Monica still says, I would still say sorry.
Of it. Like, this sucks, but like, it's not about her, it's about Monica.
I get it. And Ryan Murphy, Sarah Paulson is playing Linda Tripp. I mean, like, the casting, I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to love it. And And same thing, with the OJ.
And I'm gonna watch it at Equinox.
I'm gonna watch it at Equinox. But it's mixed. Coming out in September, it's gonna make a lot of head waves, and like Monica's gonna be out there, and then Trump's gonna be campaigning. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a giant mess.
Damn, it's so weird. I remember when this story came out, I was like, presidents can't be bad. They have to be good. And now like Trump's literally like fisting babies and throwing them out the window, and we're like, that's fine, right?
Well, that's the thing. The reason why it came relevant is because Bill Clinton was impeached on obstruction of justice.
I wasn't kink shaming people who like to do that.
Oh my God.
I think we can kink shame people who fist babies.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, it's just interesting because like, I don't know. I just we talk about that we expect the worst sometimes. But like we said, Monica, happy that she's telling her story. Do you see the tweet that someone did about Mike Pence said, because his, going back to what you were saying about Trump administration, his wife works at a anti-LGBTQ school, and he said, people need to spend more time on their knees, whatever.
On their knees?
On their knees. And then someone said, who's gonna tell them? And Monica was like, def not me, or whatever. So her sense of humor about it is so surprising to me, because I don't know if I would be able to laugh about it.
Well, it's been so long. I mean, I think this is great that they're making it, and this is the first like news story that I remember from childhood. Like, I guess this was what, 93?
So the Whitewater investigation began probably like in 94, 98 was the impeachment hearing. So 98's when the peak of it all kind of happened.
So I was 7, and that's like, I just remember this being on like the cover of every like magazine, and I think it's great to like bring light to what happened, but I don't think the timing is very strategic, because, I mean, it's strategic for them to make money and get viewership, but we don't need any more drama.
We have a lot.
Especially right before voters get to the booth.
I know, no more drama.
We're gonna have it though. It's just, we're gonna have it.
Yeah.
And no matter what, with or without this series, I feel like it's nonstop with the drama.
I know. Can't you just imagine a world where like just minimum? Remember when it used to be like kind of when it was like wasn't always feeling like we were getting attacked all the time?
Yeah.
I think
always
people
a
felt
fight.
pretty upset during Bush's presidency.
Bush, yes. We were young, but they did. Yeah, you're right.
I think people were upset.
Well, a story about a woman's mushroom allergy is going viral after she wrote into the Cuts Ask Polly, explaining how her in-laws' home-cooked meals always seem to include some form of mushroom in the dish, leaving her with nothing to eat. Some Twitter users even think that her in-laws are scheming to try and poison her.
This is fucked up.
So fucked up.
Did you read the letter?
Yes.
It was so insane.
It's insane. I mean, what do you think?
Well, so basically she's deathly allergic to mushrooms. She's told her in-laws this forever now. And constantly, every meal they have together, it gets worse and worse. What really fucked me up was the mushroom powder on the potatoes. What is mushroom?
They're going out of their way to alienate her for an allergy.
To try to, but also
Do they think she's lying?
I don't know, but the mother was like, even says like,
they said it like mushrooms aren't a poison, which means like they don't understand the concept of an allergy.
Right.
Like it's not that the food is
also,
a poison.
A lot of mushrooms are literally poisonous.
Yeah. That's make them like.
So they should read a book and also stop. I mean, as someone with food allergies, it's like, this is just, it's okay if you don't want to accommodate me, but to like go out of your way to put like dairy and gluten in food that didn't have it originally, that's just like a personal attack. She should, I mean, they should dox these people.
Oh yeah, I mean, and also because she asked her husband, who's completely taking her side, rightfully, that they did not eat mushrooms a lot growing up. So this is so new. And the Ask Polly, the columnist, what I wrote back to her, is like, these people are sociopaths.
Yeah.
Like,
they're evil.
They're evil. Like,
they want her to die.
She said something really crazy. She's like, when there's a group of people, usually sometimes one starts developing sociopathic behavior. And then eventually they all kind of start just accepting it or adopting it because they're only hanging out with each other, whatever. Because even his brother is like, get over it. There are parents or whatever, and they're like, no, they're trying to kill her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I want to know like the truth. Like I also want to hear their side and why they're bringing the mushrooms to the table, because it's like for someone to just get irrationally angry over like a mushroom allergy seems off, and they're not even seeing at this point, like this family is not even seeing their grandkids.
Right.
So like if you're giving up like cute children, I mean I'm assuming they're cute, that like there must be some actual hatred.
So do you think perhaps give the benefit of the doubt, maybe the girl said something or did something that then it made them feel like, oh, we're gonna poison her with mushrooms?
100%. Like I've tried to poison people, but it's never been like just because they have an allergy. It's always because they did something that I thought was like really not cool.
No, I think it's an important take you are bringing to this because people are often forgetting there is another side to the story. But just on paper, it seems like these people are trying to kill.
It's also so easy to not eat a mushroom. Like, I went like 15 years without eating mushrooms.
Yeah, but I think she's. It's hard when like they're
It's
like.
not like butter.
Right.
You know, it's not like a main ingredient in a bunch of stuff.
No, I know. So the family.
But
could
they
easily
actually
cook
have
without
mushroom butter at their house. They have made a whole new concoction
It's
where they,
sick.
you know.
It's
they
sick.
do-
This is. I think this is really demented. I don't think I've heard of an in-law story this crazy, like this pointed. I don't know if you. I mean.
I don't know.
There's some pretty crazy in-law stories, but I feel like this one, since everyone has food allergies now, and it's like it's just such an easy thing to not be a dick about. Just like don't.
Right.
I feel bad for the husband because he's caught in the middle, and it's like, what do you do? It's your family or your wife.
Your family's trying to murder your wife.
Well, at
Classical
least he's
story.
chosen his wife. I mean, I
And
think
I think
it'd be
that's
more
honorable.
upsetting if he was like actively like standing with his parents, being
Eat the
like, "Just suck the mushroom, babe. It's no big deal." You know, like I feel like so many
Yeah.
people try to make you suck mushrooms, and you're like, "Leave me
How
alone."
fast do you think this is going to be adapted either into a dark comedy or a horror story? Like, I think that like Blumhouse can make this into some sort of horror story or
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. Literally
On FX.
This on FX.
This show's sponsored by FX.
We wish we wish Ryan Murphy. Every day we do a show saying like Ryan Murphy may be watching this. Cast Shannon on
that
American
chance.
Horror Story.
Have you guys had Sarah Paulson on the show?
No, we've tried.
We love her.
Oh yeah,
Legend.
Allie has a great story about her.
My alley? Oh, I don't know if it's good to share.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a great fan story.
Oh, that she went up to Sarah. Okay, so the story is that my girlfriend met Sarah Paulson and went up to her and was just like, "I'm a huge fan of yours," and Sarah Paulson just went.
But
You
that's
hate
the
to hear
power
that.
of
You
Sarah
hate- that's
Paulson,
so
right?
mean. Like, that's not good.
But she was like, "Yeah, you like to breathe air. We get it."
Like, it's so nice of you.
Yeah,
to
like-
listen.
Okay, so next segment, celebrity beef between Allie Colbert and Sarah Paulson. Go off.
I mean, no, I don't. That doesn't sound that nice.
No, yeah, I'm joking.
She could have been
Yeah.
really
No, I know.
tired. She's in like 8,000
She's
TV
only
shows.
I know. I'm like, I hope Allie isn't watching and thinking I don't get her pain.
She's always working,
Yeah.
and so she could have been very tired.
What are you defending all these fucking villains today? Sarah Paulson's great, and I'm gonna give her money.
Are we losing you, Lucas?
We're losing you to the dark side.
No.
I can't wait to throw a cat on your lap and make it lick its
Lick-
nipples.
So raw.
That brings back my cats I don't have anymore, okay? I miss them.
Yeah,
I had
squeeze the
catch
knife.
Mary Beth up. I had a cat that would masturbate on my lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, wait,
Hold on.
now you're kink shaming.
Whoa.
Yeah, now you're
No,
kink
I think
shaming.
I have no comment on that. I'm not a pet person, so that's
All
kind
right,
of my.
we're gonna move on.
I think
We're
that's-
gonna move
it's
on
your
from
guys'
that.
show.
That
I'm
was
just
inflammatory.
No, you guys can shut me up at any point.
No, I just don't want you to get into hating animals, but
Oh, I don't-
unless
I
you
don't
want
hate
to.
them. I don't hate them. I just don't want them in my house.
Oh no, scary. Okay. We won't get into it. Another episode. HBO's hit show The Sopranos is getting its own fan convention called Sopranos Con. The 2-day event is set to take place in November and promises unique fan experiences focused on New Jersey's Italian culture.
Oh, New Jersey's Italian culture. My favorite part of the show so far was in the opening read when Shannon said, "Sopranos fans are in for a threat" instead of treat.
But that's more on
But that
brand.
makes more sense
That
because
feels
honestly,
so apt.
when I looked up what this was, it said it will have food, drink, music, comedy, and then in quotation marks, show-related business. I'm like, what's that? It sounds like sexual assault
Yeah.
disguised as like, we have a new casting couch here. It's like disgusting. I'm very terrified of this.
I mean, 90% of that show is Tony Soprano arguing, beating someone in the face while a
Yeah.
stripper naked is just on a pole right behind him. Just like that is
I
the.
thought it was so much more classy than that.
No, it's one of the best shows of all time. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of the most well-written shows, but it is part of that show is just like strippers and mob violence.
Do you feel like you're gonna have a booth there, being an Italian American?
You know, I'm not a New Jersey Italian American, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough street cred to get in that
Yeah.
convention.
I've never seen the show.
Really?
Wow, it's
If,
so
if
good.
too many straight guys tell me to watch something, I won't do it on principle. Unless I want to hook up with the guy, and then I'll do it that day.
Okay.
How many episodes will you watch?
I will watch a couple seasons.
Whoa.
In one day. More hours.
if I have the
That's
time.
more time. Yeah,
I
it doesn't
always
even work
commit,
that way.
you
Science.
know.
You do.
I can-
It is a very good show. So
That's what they tell me.
I know.
It's like,
That's what I hear.
It's an
what I
interesting
hear.
convention, though. I think it's celebrating the 20th anniversary. It's actually taking place on my birthday, November 23rd. So maybe
That's
birthday party.
beautiful.
We should go and have some ziti. But I think it's interesting, like what you just get autographs from some of the actors.
No,
and-
I think this is what I imagine. Have you ever been to the San Gennaro Street Festival in like Little Italy? That's all this is with like A lot of people walking around being like, Sopranos,
We should just do it there.
Like, that's all this is, like sausage and onions and like some guy being like, yeah, you get the bowl in this, I'll give you an iPhone. Like, that's all that's gonna happen, you know?
When did this show end? I feel like this is 10 years too late.
Oh, it ended like in 2006, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's 13 years too late.
Yeah, I think it just.
And then the main guy died. So
And then, James
Gandolfini,
Gandolfini
who
died.
had my birthday.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I love James Gandolfini.
Good actor.
His son's
Amazing
still alive though.
And is playing him in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They're doing it like
I love nepotism.
It's thriving.
It is thriving.
It is thriving.
Well, you guys, Disney's gearing up for the launch of its streaming service in November and has announced several reboots for the platform. Disney Plus will feature reimaginings of flicks such as the 1990 holiday classic Home Alone, Night at the Museum, and Cheaper by the Dozen. It's funny that it's about time to like remake those films because those feel kind of still like, you know, like Cheaper by the Dozen. Do we need another?
Night at the Museum?
Was
that like a cult? Like, where are the like Night at the Museum stands like rioting with signs like reboot this now?
I mean, I really did like Night at the Museum.
But no,
But like,
I
I think it could be a different kind of museum this time, like Night at like.
Yeah.
You know?
The sex
no,
museum.
you know what I mean.
What kind
Night
of
at
museum?
the Sex Museum.
Night at the Sex Museum.
Cool.
Yeah.
All the dildos come to life.
Yeah.
Right, because like you were saying, it's like these were not made that long ago, so what would a remake accomplish? Like,
They
what
were though made long ago. We just forget they were made like 20 years ago,
No.
15 years ago.
But how many like actual like old ass classics did they remake? Like they never remade Casablanca.
Right.
You know, like.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Why don't they
So
remake?
like, why are they
those?
remaking our movies? Why don't
They
they,
should make
remake
Casablanca
the?
with some hot people.
With
Yeah.
Ansel Elgort.
Sure. Is that
Are
who
you,
you like?
you
don't know.
want to shout him
You
out?
like
though?
Yeah. He's okay.
He's a bit pretty.
He's
for
very
you, I
pretty.
thought.
What?
Don't you like Wolverine type men?
I like all guys.
Uh-huh.
I'm not discerning at all.
Cool.
That's
I
kinda
could
my
totally
problem.
see you like pop up on his Instagram.
Thank you. I think he was a serious girlfriend for like years and years.
Well,
but
just stuff her full of mushrooms.
Yeah.
now that's I actually have to go. I have to get working on that plot. No, I think like I don't know. The classics they won't touch that. I feel like.
But Home Alone, I think actually that is somewhat of a classic in the sense that this made
No, that is a
1990.
classic,
yeah.
Like I'm interested in what a TV show version of that would be like. I mean,
They just keep leaving him at home.
they keep leaving it home. It's weird. Like every season, like, oh, he's home. He's home still.
I don't even know how they got multiple movies. Like, just stop forgetting him.
I know.
And then the
They
plot
got
of the
two
movie.
movies, and the second one he ends up in
No,
New
don't
York,
they
and
have
Donald
three?
Trump's
I think
harassing
there's
him.
3, but maybe in the third one it's a different character.
Third one, different character, and yes, you're right. It was
So
direct
it's
to
not
video.
him?
It's not him.
They left another kid home alone?
Yeah, it's a severe problem.
Take their
Yeah,
kids
I mean,
away.
at a certain point, you start checking.
Right.
You're just like roll call.
Unless,
And
but they do have a lot of kids. They had like 7 kids.
And all those cousins,
Yeah, and he had a spider.
Spider.
Yeah.
Second one though,
I love being
remember the
Home Alone.
bird lady?
Yeah.
I cried when I rewatched it. Like I watched like a year ago, and there's a scene when he gives the bird lady a dove, like a
pigeon lady?
friendship.
What, the pigeon one?
The pigeon lady, and I
We've
cried.
talked about the pigeon lady so many times on
Have
this
we?
show.
No,
Yeah,
every day.
Like
Can you-
every day we're like the pigeon lady, and then I do the joke where I'm the pigeon lady, and I'm like, man, we gotta.
You bring the pigeon lady up
I'm
every
sorry.
fucking day, dude.
She had a huge
8
effect on me, I
hours.
think.
But I'm like, oh, shit, we gotta go.
You bring her up every day. You're like, by the way, the pigeon lady and Madonna.
Touch.
Yeah, those are my 2 girls, the pigeon lady and Madonna. But this is cool too because Disney Plus, they're offering like a bundle, like a Hulu, Disney, ESPN.
They call it bundle. I call it monopoly.
We know
I don't
this.
Yeah.
It's like there's too much power.
Too much power all in one. Will you
do
get
you-
it?
Well, let's give them our money.
Allie, I don't like
I'm
capitalism.
not digging into you. I'm digging
I know,
into him.
I know, but I don't like capitalism, but I still have to buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mary,
mean?
I don't expect anything interesting from a white girl. Don't worry.
What are you?
I get to play
Hi,
the gay
Allie.
card.
I'm the kettle.
I get to play the gay card, and I have to be. I have different privilege.
Well,
Guys,
I'm-
this is the whitest
but-
show we've
but-
had yet, though.
Yeah.
Like, I just want
It
to point
is.
out I am half Puerto Rican for whatever that's worth, but
Three out of-
damn, we fucking failed the diversity
Well, 3 out of the
challenge.
4 of us are LGBTQ,
Yeah,
so like.
queer. You're probably queer, like, also, right?
I have been dating women for the last few months, but Allie doesn't know about that.
At least we're on the spectrum.
That's not true.
It
is true.
Inner diversity.
Now she's policing my sexuality.
No.
Call her out.
We're the cops.
Oh, okay.
Well, now it's time for today's guest. Dub as Dear Abby for dudes. Jared Freid is a go-to comedian for modern dating advice on both his J-Train podcast and Betches You Up. Jared has toured the country with his stand-up comedy and stars in Snapchat's How Low Will You Go, where two people compete with crazy dares for money. Take a look.
One crazy dare. Whoever does it for less money wins. It's time to find out. How low will you go? I'm never letting go of your hand.
Please don't.
Give it up for Christopher and Blake, everybody! Blake, what would you do with the money?
I'll take someone on a date if I win some money.
Look at all the women are running away, okay? You guys are bidding to lick the lint out of someone's belly button. And I will start the bidding at $700.
Everyone, please give a warm Bill Bunch welcome to Jared Freid.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Good to be here, yeah.
So let's start off. Tell us about How Low Will You Go and how it got started.
It's the dumbest game show in the entire world. It's two people competing to do a crazy stunt. Whoever does it for less money wins. And it's like, waxing off an eyebrow.
Oh my God.
We had people eat stuff out of people's feet, and it's just two people saying, it's like would you eat that off the floor for $100? And you go, yeah, I'll do it. And then I'll be like, okay, 90. And you keep going down and down and down until someone saes, I'm out.
So were you drawn as an artist to this?
That's right. This is my dream in life. This was my art.
Yeah.
Is eating people's snot.
What was it like taking the show to the Today Show?
It was cool because they didn't know what it was going to be. I think they thought the thing is about How Low Will You Go is if you want to do the stunt, you can do it for free. And sometimes people go so low that they're like, it's about the game. And when we did on the Today Show, the woman was like, I'm here to win.
Right.
So you get to the end and she's like, I'll do it for $0. And it's like, okay, you win, I guess. And then it's...
What'd she have to do?
She had to be turned into a human nacho. So we poured guac, cheese, salsa all over her head, and Savannah or
Guthrie
or Jenna Bush Hager. She's like, what do we give her? And then they were like, nothing. And she was just horrified. And I was like, yeah, that's the game.
Wow, the former first daughter.
God.
That's horrifying. That's so funny. Are you someone that's been into dares like this, or?
No, I'm into, I like when people have fun. And this is the most fun, low stakes thing. Like, I think, people come on and they're like, I want to have fun and win money. And that's how we start everything off. It's like, you ready to win some money? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, would you do with it? And it's funny to hear what people think they'll do with it. And then they get 10 cents and you're like, okay, good luck paying for college.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this question.
Sure.
You've traveled all over performing stand-up comedy. What are some of your favorite cities to visit? Do you try to eat at the best restaurants while on the road?
I do. People suggest to you. The thing is, the problem with traveling a lot and having Instagram is you'll be like, hey, I'm in Seattle, where should I go? And people never have sensible suggestions. It's never like, go to this place, they got a good salad. It's always like, go to this burger place where they put a pig on top of a burger and then you have to end your own life afterwards. It's always that type of progression. It's never like a nice meal. So I like, San Francisco. Chicago's great. Chicago's a fun city.
You like deep dish pizza?
Food.
I like deep dish. I like all pizza. I don't really have
You don't discriminate.
Don't discriminate on pizza. Yeah. No, but I like Chicago. I like because it's got they're fun. They don't take themselves too seriously, and it's got a good mix there. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. And you toured with Michelle Wolf. How's that?
Michelle's the best. She's the best comic in the country. She's unbelievable. It's very cool to watch what she's doing. There's nobody funnier right now, and everyone should go see her.
Her White House correspondence is one of the best ever. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an amazing comic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Nice. And you have a comedy album coming out in September. What's up with that?
Gonna, put some jokes out on tape. We got an album. I think it's nice. Like, I like podcasting and all that, but I think the comedy album's like a nice cousin to the podcast. It kind of makes you feel like you're in the room with people watching a show, just like this hot audience here today. So much laughter. So it's like, so it's fun. The album's like, I just like to have fun on stage. I did comedy to, I like when the room sways a little bit and it's fun and laughing and, you know, I don't think anyone's going to learn anything from my album, but they'll have a good time.
Yeah, and you have had such success with podcasting. You have your podcast, J-Train.
Yeah.
So what can people expect when they tune into an episode of that?
We give, people email in for advice, and we give advice and a lot of it's dating advice. That's what it's turned into. I have a guest on. Mary Beth just came on. She's going to be on a future episode. Different comic or personality comes on every episode, and we take emails. I get about 100 emails a week. And they all center on kind of luxury issues. These are the issues that people are a little bit embarrassed to talk about right now because they're like, well, he won't text me back. And you're like, well, the world's ending. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll shut up now. So it's a lot of those issues that people, you know, have that might get a little bit afraid to bring up because they do seem small and we take every issue seriously.
Right. I think that's great. And you also host You Up with Jordana Abraham from Betches.
Yep.
So how is that pod different from J-Train? What do you guys think?
That's really centering on like modern dating issues. That's really like we discuss, you know, we bring on experts, we bring on, you know, anthropologists, we have different guests from different backgrounds to discuss their dating, you know, experiences. And what you find is like everyone's kind of going through this stuff. Like it's a timing thing. I'm not an expert. I'm someone that's just lived through it. When I was in college, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then it's Snapchat, and then it becomes dating websites that turn to dating apps, and I'm a product of time. So I've gone through that. I've been single through all of those things, and they all relate whether we want to admit it or not. This guy liked 10 of my pictures in a row. Why? Someone could easily say,
why.
Yeah, we all know why.
We all know why.
Well, some people don't want to admit it. Someone could look at you and go, it's easy to make someone else the crazy one.
Right.
It's easy to go, well, I just liked your pictures. It's easy to do that in a group of people because everyone kind of goes, yeah, step away from the subject of you're hitting on me online.
Right.
You know, so it's like what we do on the podcast is there's no stupid situation. It's a commiseration. It's a way to people to go, you know, dating is very lonely. You're alone on the phone. It's very much quiet experience on the toilet. You know, so when we're all doing it, we don't really talk about these things. Right. And I think what the podcast You Up has done is give a male and female perspective and an honest one that comes without judgment. You know, and I think my co-host Jordana, who's one of the creators of Betches, which is a huge multimedia company, she's unbelievable because there's a lot of hard things we talk about, and what she does for me is it's never, well, you're evil for thinking this. It's like, I'm just giving you a perspective. I'm just a guy that's 10% away from the guy you're probably seeing.
Right.
You know, and I'm not exactly him, but I'm close to him. You know, and it's, and whether you want to admit to the harsh realities of life or not, I'm just going to tell you, you know, so, and there's a lot of good questions that come up. I mean, I just had someone DM me that their fiance went out with a bunch of his friends and then just didn't show up back home until 2 a.m, blackout drunk, and had all these texts to these women.
Oh.
And she's like, that's my fiance.
Oh.
Her question is, how seriously should I take this? She's like, he was out drunk. He's texting these people, but it's like, you know, you look at that issue and you're like, that's someone she's committed to.
Right.
You know, like.
What did you say to that?
I said it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not nothing. It's something you're gonna have to address. But I also thought, like, you know, the texting the women is the easy one to like center on, and that's what people would get defensive about. Like, no, I never cheated on you. I think the more important thing to me is like, why do you feel the need to go out and get drunk like that without you? Like, I mean, you guys go out together and
That's
you
a big tell.
That's something.
Yeah.
Like, is he running away? Is the only time he goes out and gets like this is without you? Like, what's spurring that? Like, that's what I would want to know, or something that, you know, I would want to think of myself. You know?
Yeah.
The thing with when the girlfriend's out of town, sort of thing, the guy goes, that's always a big tell about that relationship.
Yeah, why is he more fun when you're away than when you're there? You know, like, and more fun.
Yeah,
So,
drinks more.
Well, we all know, all of us here, everyone in the audience as well, that your Bachelor Recap Instagram stories have taken Bachelor Nation by storm. What do you think of this season overall, and why do you think America is so obsessed with the show?
I think it's for the same reason. I think we're obsessed with the show because it's like we're watching someone. You ever read someone's texts out loud and you kind of laugh at them because you're like, wow, they sound stupid. But you're thinking that because you sound stupid.
Right.
Like, you've texted LOL after the uncomfortable thing you've texted. So you're like, oh, I do that too. We're all idiots. I think that's why The Bachelor and Bachelorette are so entertaining. on the big scale, it's a stupid show. 30 women, 30 men for one man or one woman. That's a stupid idea. But smaller moments on that show are so interesting. Hannah dealing with her own religious background with a guy who, like Luke, who's very religious and checks a lot of boxes, is an issue that we all kind of go through. Oh, this person is someone my parents have always told me I should be with. I'm gonna keep him around. And you know, Hannah apologizing for keeping him around. You don't have to apologize to me. I've been an idiot too. Like, I don't judge you for keeping a guy around that says he loves you. Like, I think that's like one of those moments that's small, but we can all relate to. And you know, I think Hannah's season was fantastic. I think it had all these little tiny wrinkles that were just perfect to me. Turning down Tyler. If you're not familiar, Tyler's the big, good-looking dude that went to Wake Forest and played football, and then she turns him down for Jed, who's a aspiring singer who has a dog food commercial jingle. And
his name is Jed?
Jed, yeah. And she picks Jed, and then she finds out he has a boyfriend, and now he has a girlfriend. I'm sorry, that was way more scandalous.
That would be a great, that's a great twist.
That's a fun twist.
That's a twist I get behind.
That's a fun twist
So you
made
don't
for
watch
soap
either, right?
operas.
Okay, that's why I
I've
was
never
like,
seen
do
a
you
single
know what's
second.
happening?
No, all the names you're saying, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler, Jed, sure.
Tyler went out with Gigi.
Tyler went out with
So
Gigi
then
Hadid.
Tyler goes out with Gigi
Sure.
Hadid, and it's like, it's interesting to me because Tyler gets turned down by Hannah. Hannah's the Bachelorette. She turns down Tyler for Jed. Jed has this girlfriend. She ends up breaking up with Jed. Then she goes back to Tyler, and everyone's like, maybe this will happen. It's like, no. Tyler is literally the most wanted bachelor on planet Earth right now.
Yeah.
Like, he is literally the most eligible bachelor. I would put him above any other dude in America, just because there's nothing more, sadly attractive than a guy who was willing to commit that got turned down.
Yeah.
Was it fun to go on Strahan and Sarah to talk about your expertise?
I just love any time that people are there to talk about. I think The Bachelor's an interesting show. Like, I think it's like, again, just like the text that he didn't text me back. Easy to say the show stinks. Let me go watch Stranger Things so I sound like I'm smart. So it's,
A lot of smart people watch The Bachelor.
this is what I'm saying. This is a lot, but we don't, us Bachelor people, and I'll talk for the nation, we don't sit there bragging in a way because we know, we know this isn't really something to brag about. You have a person that watches Breaking Bad, all of a sudden they're a PhD.
Right.
But why'd we go to college if we could all watch Game of Thrones?
Right.
So I am someone who, watch The Bachelor. I mean, no one tells you that they're stupid shows because they don't want to sound stupid. Like, no one's like, go home. You got to watch Storage Wars. No one's doing it. So, but the reality is the entertainment value in The Bachelor is more real to me.
Yeah.
I think that's great. There's a way to appreciate the culture without participating in it, and that's
Absolutely.
what I do.
That's what I like.
Well,
And-
Strahan and Sarah like to say, I just think that all the Bachelor, Bachelorette stories, like Bachelor in Paradise is the one on now, are very relatable to dating life right now. You can extrapolate all these stories to your own situation.
Yes, I have 30 guys knocking down my door at all times, and I'm
At all
just like,
times.
I can't pay.
How will you pay?
It's insane.
Let's
this
see,
is me.
Let's see the Bumble. We'll see how.
I'm on Hinge, not
Hinge.
on Bumble, but we can look at it later.
Okay, good.
Well, since we have you here, You Up just released this red flag or deal breaker card game. So
Yeah.
we thought we would just play some
Let's
with
play
you
it.
and discuss. Okay,
So Red Flag Dealbreaker, the game is everything's perfect with the person you're dating. This one thing comes up.
Right.
Is it a red flag? You notice it, you move on, or is it a deal breaker? I got to end this relationship. It's over.
Okay, I love this. First one, text in a movie theater.
Not a problem.
I think it's a red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't
I
care
do
about that.
No,
Okay.
I'm doing that. I'm a movie theater talker too.
Okay.
so
Oh, God.
yeah.
That's
What's
Okay.
happening? I sound like a Jewish aunt at every movie I go to. Who is that?
Venmo request for less than $1.
Oh, what?
For less than $1?
Yeah,
No one's ever done that. No one's ever in history
Let's say less
done
than
that.
$5.
No, deal breaker.
Deal
That-
breaker.
Yeah.
No, that's punishable by death.
That's bad.
That's a capital punishment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. We all agree on that. Their parents still pay their rent.
Depends.
I'm like, sign me up.
That's good.
That's
Red
more money
flag.
for
It
presents.
depends on the age.
Okay.
You
I think I know. Shannon's answer to this is Ted Bundy's cousin.
Ted Bundy's cousin.
Shannon's into it.
You're into it.
I mean, I didn't fuck Ted Bundy. I don't know what Lucas is on about. I was too young to fuck him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Then you appreciate the history, I think.
Well, his cousin is not guilty.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, would you be cousin with someone who's a murderer?
I mean, everyone you date is related to a murderer. Let's get those facts out
Especially
there.
if you're white. You're probably related to one.
100%. People in this room have murdered. Let's never forget.
It's true. Carries a reusable straw wherever they go.
Oh, deal breaker. Get that.
Bitch, that's me. I have one.
Oh my God.
I'm saving the planet. Yeah, it is.
I'm always scared it's gonna chip my teeth.
No, it has like a little rubber tip.
I would
Okay,
not
show me
do
later.
that.
Okay,
That sounds interesting.
let's do one more. Only has
saving
sex
the
with their eyes closed.
Ooh,
What if they don't have eyes?
that's true. We have to be nice to the eyeless community.
That's ableist, Lucas.
I'm just reading a card, okay?
Throw it away. Throw the game away.
Well, Jared, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of fun.
Bad, man.
Everyone, make sure to listen to both You Up and J Train podcasts and check out Snapchat's How Low Will You Go? And thank you for Mary Beth for co-hosting. We love you, Mary Beth.
Guys.
That's all from us. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same table. Goodbye, everyone.